David Ramos. I'm coming to you all from Stark, Florida. If you know where that is, great. If you don't, still great. Teach high school band, and really excited to be here in front of you all. You all play fantastic. Thanks for being here. We're going to be at Chester, not the beginning, measure 171. 171. I know. I'm just as nervous as you are. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So the first thing I'd be thinking is, wow, they don't sound very good. What can I do? How can I change what I'm doing to help them sound better? But thank you for picking a different spot in the piece. We're all grateful. The really big events with the left hand that kind of really jump out of the texture. There's a time for them, just choose wisely. You better listen to the snare drum. Go into 2, and then at the last second you change your mind. Yeah, you gotta get the mallet off the head of the drum. Your gesture kind of breaks the head of the drum.
I'm really glad you started at a different spot so we can hear some different music, right? So thanks for doing that. Let's go back to where you began.
Okay.
How do you feel about the tempo?
I think we started okay. I think it slowed down a little bit, and I like where we started. I'm not quite fond of where we ended.
Okay. Did it slow? Do you feel like it slowed down?
Slowed down, yeah.
Okay. To me, it felt like you were constantly kind of pushing the tempo.
Yes.
Like you're, instead of just like setting it and riding it and letting the flow of time just happen, it felt like you were inserting yourself in the time a little too actively, which then eventually causes some disruption. Mm-hmm. So if you could set it and be a little less busy jumping between things in the orchestration,
it's a little fancy.
It's going to be a lot easier for them, actually.
Yeah, it's just a little
The
fancy,
other thing that will make it feel like it's slowing down, even if it's not, is if your gesture is too big, where you're moving a lot and trying to keep up with the tempo.
Yep.
So I would just minimize things a little bit more, be a little more simplified and more direct, more specific then, okay? Let's go back to where you started. Sure. We'll work a little bit.
That's fine.
So you started them, but then it doesn't look like you're actually listening to them.
What do they need from you? Yes, they need breath. Doesn't have to be audible, but it has to breathe, connect the air with the tip. Yep. Okay, great. Are you breathing out?
No.
And that's making you rush to the beat. So you're going instead of.
Yep.
That's really good adjustment of that initial gesture. Okay?
Actually is out of
like
time
we talked
with
about
what you're
before,
doing
you're a
with the
little
right
bit
hand,
up
and it's a
this
little
way.
confusing.
So you're using your wrist, but it's coming either here or it's happening here from your elbow. So I would just reach out more and relax here. Can I do that? Yeah. So this comes down and then back to the beat. Instead of up already, move from here. That's gonna make it really big and you'll feel like you're behind the time, and they'll feel like you're like trying to push them on faster and faster, but that's not what either of you really mean. Okay? Let's take it at that same spot one more time. My last suggestion is be careful, just be aware if you get your left hand up here to say something and your right hand way down here. Because they can't see everything then. You want to get it a little closer.
You know,
so
be
that
careful.
it's in
That
the same
shouldn't be
field.
the first go-to when you want something. I don't think it's worth being in 2 for 3 bars. It doesn't have to be completely 4 or completely 2. You could find a middle ground where you're not doing an active
Can we go
4.
back to where the tremolo's come in?
But that's a
Beep, bum,
really big
bum,
change
bum.
for not a lot of bang
That's
for your
further
buck.
over.
Here?
Yep.
Yep.
So what measure is that?
195.
195. So what's your plan here? Where's this going? Where do these 2 measures head?
I mean, ultimately, that's the 197.
Yes,
Yep.
and so you've got to actually save space. You can't be moving this
Big,
much for 2 measures and think you're going to get shape.
Yep.
It's got to start dee bum 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 dee bum 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 ah,
Yep.
right? So you've got to get them like the arrow over the score to the landmark. Okay. The other thing is when you go into 2. Where were you going
Big,
to? Over here, yeah,
yeah.
over here. When you go into 2, make sure it's really 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Don't, not 1 and 2, because that's still 4.
That's still, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's start in that same spot.
195 then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 195.
Think about shape over time. That's good progress. So does the same thing happen at whatever that is, 99? Where's it headed from 199?
Bing, bum, 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 bum. Bing, bum, bing, bum, bum. All the way to 201.
201. So it's the same thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's the arrival. So you can save space. It's too big, too soon.
Yes.
Let's do the same space.
Yep.
Same place.
195.
Good. I think you're making some really good adjustments, David. I would urge you to focus more attention on trying to receive the sound that they're playing and less attention on just you.
Great.
I
This
just
is the last thing
feel
we'll have
like
time
the
for. So
sound
this
is
spot where they
coming
play off the
back.
beat all the time
Yep.
is one
So you're
where
kind of
it's
doing the
like
music
a little
to
nerve-wracking
them
for everybody, and the
instead of
last thing they want is
engaging
to
them
feel like
in
they're
the
being
process.
jolted into playing. They just need.
That's it.
So just ride it.
That's fine.
okay. This is our last spot.
203.
Yep.
203.
Do you hear a different kind of connection now?
Yeah.
Because if you push them, they actually come away from you. It doesn't get closer, right? So the time and the feel and the connection and the phrasing actually separates rather than connects. And now, because you're managing space a little differently, it's connecting better.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Nice job. Thank you.